Hello everyone. I just creating another video for how to create the SQL DB account for Azure account. The purpose for creating this second video for SQL DB, there are few more points we need to remember because this is really important topic. So I hadn't covered the 2-3 points in the previous video. So making another video like how we can create it. So coming to our resource group, as you know, every time we need to come and quickly see what exactly. So we need to click on the create, and simply we'll go here and create a SQL database account. So come here and click on create. It will prompt. So for this thing basic cross, you can ignore it because it will come. So resource group already selected, and if you're not, then you can simply select it from here. But first thing we need to give the database name. So I'm just giving my YouTube channel video name, and for the server it is not present, so we need to create a server. Just bear with me, it is not so tough. So just while creating server, you need to remember you cannot put any symbol or any capital letter, so we only need to give a small letter, okay? And the moment you give it, it will accept. Suppose I'll give some special character, it will not allow. I will give capital character, you will see it will not allow. So the reason we can select any of this, for this I'm selecting US location. SQL authentication method we need to select. So we will give a login name. So login name would be anything. So just remember it. So password we need to give at the time of login. We can enter it and we not and make sure we do not forget it. Okay. If I'm going to forget, then it will hard to log in then. So we need to go next step. Okay. The most important thing I already covered, but here also I'm going to cover it. Configure database. You cannot go next and create it because it will do that. So it is calculating the estimated cost. 1 second. Just refresh it. Sometimes no, I cannot refresh. Yeah, you can see this much cost it is going to cost you for per monthly basis if you are just going to next. So what we have to do, we are learning purpose, we are need to select basic for less demanding workload. We are not rich person and we cannot give so much amount to Microsoft because we are working as a professional for client, not for us. We are learning here only. We need to apply it, and then we need to select the locally redundant backup storage. You know what is locally redundant, zone redundant, geo redundant. I already covered in my Azure basic learnings, so you can go and watch it from there. So come to the next step, network. So there is two options, no access, public point and private point. We need to go to public point. Here is two options, allow Azure services and resource to access this server. What it means, the extra resources will be able to access your SQL DB. If we are not allowing it, it will not access. But we need to access this from our Data Factory account. So with the moment we click yes, it will allow your any other resource to access this SQL DB. And the add current IP address, what it means? It means while logging to your SQL DB, we need to pass this IP address to firewall. If you are making it no, so manually we have to add it, and then your SQL DB, you would be logging to your SQL DB. But the time being, I am just making it no for your convenience. Okay, you would be understand. If I know, then what will happen while logging? Okay. So go to the next security tab. It is not now. We do not need Microsoft Defender now. Rest thing will next additional setting. Yeah. So here you will go to the additional setting and we'll see the data source. So data source, we have existing data, but for learning purpose we need some data. So Microsoft provide facility for sample data, or you have your own data, you can use it for backup purpose, but Microsoft provides sample data. We'll select sample, and Microsoft has already present some table, so that table you can access for your learning purpose. Okay, this next tab, and for this tab we nothing to do, just to it, and it will check for validation and all. So just go and create. Once you click on create, it will validate and it's submitted for deployment. So it will take 2-3 minutes because it is creating SQL server as well and DB as well, so it will take time. So bear with me. So what I have done, I just opened this portal.azure.com. I just went to create a resource. If you have no resource group present, so just go here resource group and create a resource group from here. You can do it, nothing, there is no any hard and fast rule that you cannot do it. I just created the video for this as well, you can watch it. So just I have went for a create a resource, I have went for a create a storage account, and I had just chosen the my resource group name. I just given my uh, sorry, I'm creating a storage account, sorry, yeah, I need to create a database. So just click on create a database. uh, it will ask for the resource group, select this, it's already present, click get database name. If you have server created, that's fine, not then create a new server, select elastic pool as a no. It will what, it will some say something like provide a cost effective solution. So we are learning, we are not working for a large data set, so for this time being it is fine. We have already configured database. What it means, it will reduce the cost to as much as possible. If you will not select it, then it will cost you like 27,000 some per month amount, so it will be very hard. Okay, so go and locally redundant, so and you will go to next. So in this you will select the moment here now, public option, so it will prompt for these two options. What it means, if you will making it no, so it will not allow you to connect to external services. And for a current IP address, if we know, then we have to add it. So for this we have marked it yes, I guess. If not, then we'll see later. And the current IP address I already told you, and we'll go next security, and then this by default option nothing to do, additional setting and review create your database, and the server will create it. It will take 2-3 minutes because it will a much bigger resource. So come to our resource group and let's see our database has created or not. It has not created yet, so it will take time. So yes, I can see now this resource group. I can open it, and once I'll open it, I can able to see now our database and a server got created. So quickly just open our SQL database, and the moment you open, you need to go to query editor preview mode, and yeah, it will ask for the username. So by default the username it will come here, and the password you need to enter it, the password which you have given. So you will see one error will come now, and I will explain you why this error. Cannot open the server client with IP address. This is not allowed to access the server. But I told you that IP option need to enable. If you not enable it, it will not filter this IP address to this firewall. So what I need to do, I need to allow list IP, this particular IP on this server, the server which we have created. So the moment we will click it, so it will update this IP to that server, and once it will successfully updated, you will click OK, and you will see you would be able to log in. This pop-up will come, and remember we have selected sample DB there, so you will see these many tables are coming. So what we need to check, suppose we are just checking for this product table, so select asterisk from cells you will type, it will automatically give the recommendation. Select this and run this. It will run your query, and it will fetch the record, and you will see the result here. It is taking time, so no worries, it will come. You will see so yeah, you will see this query result, right? you can export as it as well, so that's fine. And what the next point we are going to discuss, you are able to log into query and you can see how this equals work. So what we need to do, we need to connect this equals to our uh, data factory. So let me open notepad. So our criteria is like our requirement is like need to copy SQL table data to ADLS. This could be anything. Suppose I have a product data and I need to copy to ADLS. ADLS is a storage. Okay, you know it, right? What is blob and so quickly come and see, this is a very basic implementation. So the moment you learn it, you will explore more and you can do it. So we have discussed like for connecting SQL to our data factory, we need a linked services. Okay, and for connecting ADLS to data factory, that also need a link services. So link services is basic connections for SQL as well as for the data set as well. For data set, we are just storing the SQL data in a CSV format. So what we need to do, we simply will go here and first we'll go on dataset, we'll create new dataset. For SQL, we need to search SQL. We'll come here, we'll see SQL, Azure SQL database. Always make a good practice. You need to give a good name. That link services I have already created it, so no worries. I will be creating another one for your purpose. So just creating ls underscore SQL underscore db1. This is already taken, so db1 I'm creating. So what I need to do, you need to select from subscription. So the subscription you have just selected. I have created two servers, so you will have one server once you click and click select any of the server. So the database name, which for SQL is just given, just put this database name. SQL authentication method, these many principal service principal, user assign manage identity, system assign manage identity. So a service principal in one line, it is basic, it is a mechanism which you connect to your Azure services. Okay, but we are using SQL authentication, so we need to give our database name and the password. Always remember what the password you have given there, so you need to give that password only. So that's fine. Quickly we'll test the connection, like our username password is correct or not. So the moment it will give a green signal, connection successful, we'll go and create this. Hardly it will take 1 minute, so no issues in this. So SQL DB1, you remember the name. Okay. So okay, now it will come for which table exactly. So right now we are just looking for the product table, but we can parameterize it. Okay, so if you click it edit, so it will like schema name and table name will come along with different things, but we no matters, we'll just not enable it. Just click OK, and our link services for SQL database has been created now. Okay, and we can actually parameterize it. Okay, we'll go here at parameters. Okay, and we'll give the name, it will work. So I will show you that as well, but now just showing you how the basic approach for copying data. Now we need another data set for CSV, like we need to copy in ADLS Gen 2. So we'll select Gen 2, we'll select CSV and give a name for dataset. The ADLS is already created. because of my first video. If not, then I'll show you how to create it. It is simple. You need to select for subscription, you need to select for which storage account you just want. So it is already created, so I'm not creating it. I am already selecting it from here. Just click first to add a header. You can give the file path on which you want to set it. So here also you can give it, like suppose I'm just want to give it like SQL data underscore, which table I'm just going to copy, sales it dot product, SQL data underscore sales it dot product. Okay, just what I'm doing, SQL just sales it dot product underscore SQL underscore data. That is fine. Just save it. Just click operation failed, something underscore. Okay, we'll not keep name here, just leave it here. It will not accept, I guess. So here I can give it, it should take output sales it dot product underscore SQL underscore data. And suppose we just want to give the file name, so sales it product.csv. Good to go. We have created our data set, we have created our data set for SQL. So quickly come to notebook, what the things we require. So we required ls1 for SQL, we required ls2 for ADLS, ls and for link services data set, and we need to copy activity. Okay, so these three things required. Quickly come to our third step, pipeline. Go to pipeline, pl underscore copy SQL product data. Good. Click on move and transform, you know it. Here also you can give copying product data. Go to source, very important, select SQL, source should be always SQL. Okay, so here is two options, table, you can copy all the tables present in it, so we do not need to do this. You can select query mode, and here is the store procedure. So store procedure, we know it is like a function, so we need to go to query mode. Always a good practice, whatever the query you are writing, you just go to your SQL and you see it, the query is working fine for you. Just copy this query and paste here. And for ADLS, you need to select the CSV file, and okay, to CSV file, we have already given the file extension, so that's why it is coming. Let me quickly remove this from here and see whether I am able to. Okay, file extension, it is yeah, now it is coming, right? So CSV, quickly give the name product table.csv, product.csv, it's fine only. Okay, the moment you give it is not allowing to edit, that's fine, we want CSV only. So looks like is fine, just go and run it. The moment you will run it, It I just previous one, so hope it will copy. It should copy. It succeeded. It got succeeded. So time we can see 1944. Just go here. Just refresh this. This is ADLS. You are inside ADLS. Oh, while loading, guys, just go and output sales it dot product underscore SQL data. Go here, sales it dot product underscore SQL data. Just go inside this product dot CSV. We have copied it. We'll go to edit mode and we'll see our data is present here. So here also come and see which are the data present. So these are the data present. So here also it will come. Go to preview mode. It will better, you will see product ID name. You can see this related to product only. So our product data is getting copied to our ADLS storage account. So I hope I have covered this video very crystal clear. What we have to do, we need to connect this SQL to our data factory. So for this we need a link services. We will create a link services and we will give the path for the data set. For what we need one data set for SQL. So for creating data set, it will ask for the link services. So we will create a link services and data set for SQL. We will create data set for ADLS. So for that also it will ask for the data set. So if we have created data set, if it for that ADLS we need to create the data set. Once we create the data set, it will ask for the link services for ADLS. But is not created, just go and create it. You will give a proper path to that, and then you will select a copy activity from pipeline, from move and transform. You will give source and sync, and you will click on the debug and it will copy. What it will see, once you will not give any name here, just coming for your convenience, just do, you are not giving any name, okay, and just save it. Just going to show you what it will do, and just go to sync. Yeah, that's the CSV file. So now running, you will see like it will not give any name, and it will save some part wise name, and you will see it is just refresh it. You will see these things, same file name and the same data also present. So that's it for now, and we'll continue in my next video. Thank you so much.